I'm still not used to this thing, man.
Dude, that is a beast. Is that the bulletproof door?
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are back at the brand new Goon Squad headquarters, and we're just gonna continue working on the property because as you guys seen in the previous video, we did some exploring in the woods, found some pretty cool discoveries, and we just continued on clearing some of that land out or the roads over there at the bottom. But we quickly realized that we're gonna need more than just manpower or chainsaw power because that is just a lot of work for just like 2 to 3 people here, and there is just a lot of property here to clear. So we were really thinking about doing a bush hogger attachment on like a skid steer, probably like rent one or borrow one. Then again, we're actually thinking about it, and we're probably gonna need a skid steer or a piece of heavy equipment up here probably all the time, probably the whole entire time we're working on this property, clearing land or building like a garage or possibly another house or just maintaining this property while you own it. You're definitely gonna need some kind of equipment out here. So we actually ran to a few dealerships around here, mainly the KUBOTA dealership, and we looked at some skid steers out there, and we just had our eye on one thing over there. So we might just go ahead and actually pull a few strings and make that happen. Who knows? Mainly a skid steer, right? Because there's no reason for an excavator because those suckers are mainly for digging, and we really don't need digging. We need some clearing.
I mean, they do have some attachments. They do have some bush hogging attachments for excavators, but I think
skid steers are a lot better, and I believe skid steers have a lot more attachments that you can do, like grapplers, augers, I mean just anything, stump grinders. We may even get a few attachments, who knows, just depends on what they got there. But the most important one is actually a bush hogger, right?
Bush hogger, that's definitely gonna speed everything up. I mean, we've been doing it by hand and we're just getting wore out.
Oh yeah, dude, and there's a lot of property here, and it'd be nice to actually go through some of these woods with one of those suckers, possibly even get this slope. Maybe it'll go up that, who knows? I
can't wait to actually make the deal go through and bring something out here and do some work. But as of right now, what we're gonna do is, since it is kind of late in the day and it did kind of rain, we got out here in the afternoon, what are we gonna do? Just some hiking?
Yeah, we're probably gonna actually go do some more exploring because as you know, we explored that side just a little bit, but we really want to explore the left side because one day we actually looked down in the woods over there and we kind of seen some kind of weird object. Only almost looks like a foundation to a house or some sort.
But we were talking to the previous owner of this property, and he said like there was a bunker or something out there.
Yeah, he talked to a few people that actually he seen that went over there to that side of the property, and word for word they said there was a bunker there. So we don't know if that's true. We're just gonna go out there and just see for ourselves, honestly, dude.
Let's go ahead, I guess, grab our hiking shoes. I guess these will work right here.
These will be all right. We just need to just go out there and do some exploring. Alrighty guys, so we finally made it to the weird object that we kept seeing in the woods, and we came to find an abandoned foundation here, which is pretty dang weird because there's no driveways leading up to this, and the foundation seems pretty dang solid if you'd ask me. Look at this right here. This is like where a pier would go. You got the bolts here. Do they twist? No, them suckers need some WD-40 right there.
And there's a bunch of rebar along this side, so whenever you build your blocks or your actual like block foundation, dude, this stuff is all still pretty dang sturdy. There's no cracks or anything.
That's
dude.
what I'm saying. I'm just wondering why somebody abandoned it, but I'm guessing this is actually just the footer, the foundation, which you were talking about, the blocks. Probably get built this high because look over here. Look how close the rocks are to this place.
Dude, it almost looks like it's sitting on the foundation a little bit over there. Is it?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, it curves right at the edge. So those rocks would be like right by the house. Hopefully those suckers don't go rolling. But yeah, that is a pretty weird question. Why didn't they finish building this? Because I mean, this is a pretty decent size right here.
This would have been a pretty big house right. It's like 2,500 to 3,000 square feet if you did 2 stories here. But that's pretty dang neat. Look, you got the plumbing here.
Oh, I believe that's just a drainage, like for water, because there are some pipes that come out the back over here. So there may be no sewer here just yet.
No sewer. I wonder if they got a well.
Ooh, who knows?
We didn't talk about well yet.
Yeah, we haven't talked about wells yet. We're gonna probably have to mention that up there.
Exactly. Yeah, you got to have wells up on a mountain. I'll just put it at that right there. But as of right now, we're gonna do a little bit more exploring, see if we can find this bunker. Then we're gonna head back to our property. All right, so we just got back from exploring, Now I think it's time to walk over to our well, man.
Oh yeah, dude, let's go. We haven't even talked about the well at all, dude.
That's crazy because that's probably like one of the most coolest things ever, dude. A well on a mountain. You got to have a well on a mountain, right? Because
all right, so this
go for it.
So this area up here is not connected to no type of city water or any type of water. You have to provide your own water, which you basically have to dig your own well. And what we're standing right here is actually our very own well for this whole entire house right here, which is crazy.
Yep, and the owner said he dug that sucker as deep as possible.
As deep as he could basically buy it, you know what I mean? Because he didn't want to run out of no water at all. I'm just out of breath right now from hiking back up, dude.
That hike was something else right there, but it was fun, dude.
It's just so like mesmerizing in those woods when it's raining too, man. It just looks so cool.
That's the perfect word to describe it too.
Oh yeah, dude.
Mesmerizing. But anyways, there's that I guess they just like drilled into the ground super deep, a couple
100 feet, maybe
100
something
feet,
like that.
I think so.
And this is just a well. This pipe is what the water comes through, and it actually is supposed to run up here. And there's supposed to be a water pump here and all sorts of stuff. This, I believe, is like the pressurized tank right here that keeps constant water pressure for your house or everything else. And the owner, the house actually sat here for so long that he decided to actually just get rid of all that stuff, right?
Yeah, so he didn't even hook it up yet. He didn't even get it. I think there's supposed to be a filtration system as well.
Yeah,
but anyways, we do got the contacts to the guy that's going to hook it up for us, right?
Yeah, so he's going to come out here, reset all this stuff up. Definitely gonna have to get some new stuff out here.
And I think we're even gonna have to build a little covering over it, maybe a nice little shed. So drop your suggestions on how we should build a shed for this thing.
I don't know,
really.
We're gonna have to build a nice one, almost like we want to kind of to blend in, maybe even throw like some trees around it, that way you can't really see it. But this is it. This is our water for our property right here.
And this is gonna be us getting free water, I think.
Oh yeah, dude, free groundwater. Don't even have to pay for water out here, which is crazy.
No chemicals, no added substances for taste, none of that, dude.
Nothing, man. So that's about it, man,
That's about it for the water tank. But as right now, our older brother is actually gonna come up here with an excavator right now. He's just preparing us for tomorrow, right?
Yeah, he's gonna let us borrow his excavator because he does have a skid steer and an excavator, but as we mentioned, it's just so hard to get a skid steer for a couple days because he just uses it for construction.
And the type of skid steer that he has is the standard flow, so it's not best suited for attachments, right?
Yeah, it's not best suited for a bush hogger because bush hogger uses a lot of like high flow like attachment.
Hydraulics.
Yeah, it uses some high flow hydraulics, so it looks like we're just gonna wait on him. He's about to pull up in here with the excavator and see what it's all about. Man, this thing is a little bit tricky, man. It's got a lot more controls than the skid steer. The bucket goes like this, and then like this. Plus it's got tracks. It's gonna take a little bit of getting used to, but I think we'll figure it out. And also you might have noticed we got some gravel in, or that's some crusher run, I forget how you call it. That's gonna help us patch up the driveway where it's really like bumpy or whatever. That way when contractors start arriving, they can get in on a nice smooth driveway. But as of right now, I guess we're just gonna catch you guys tomorrow in the morning. All right, guys, so it is the next day and we are here at KUBOTA of Chattanooga. And as you can tell, we are just surrounded by some awesome heavy machinery here. And they got everything from tractors to excavators to skid steers to any attachment that you can ask for, they got it. But as of right now, we're gonna do a little walk around, show you guys all the awesome equipment that they got to offer. Then we're gonna show you guys the beast of a machine that we signed for.
Alrighty boys, so check this out. I think we made it to our machine. A big old farm tractor.
Go ahead and hop in the pilot seat and just record me taking down some trees.
Why is there another seat in here?
Well, because one person sits there, controls the brake, while the other person controls the throttle or something like that.
Makes sense now.
But
these things are actually beasts. There's actually a bunch of attachments you could throw on, like a excavator arm on the back there, but this one is, I guess, set up for farming.
yeah, this is set up for farming. I think that's like a little land tiller right there, till up your garden or something like that. But we actually thought about grabbing a tractor with a front bucket and a rear claw attachment, which would have been pretty sick. But we got something that's way better suited for the terrain that we're going to be working with.
Exactly, yeah. We got some pretty steep terrain, and we got an attachment that can only be really hooked up to that machine, I think.
I mean, they'll probably see it by the thumbnail, so we're not going to go ahead and just like
keep it from you guys.
Keep it from you guys. Let's just go ahead and actually hop down there, show some of them skid steers, and then go to the beast that we got.
Alright, so before we actually get to the skid steers, we're going to show you guys some of these bush hoggers, because didn't we get one of these with our deal?
Dude, right here is the actual bush hogger that we ordered right here, and this thing is just an absolute massive beast. As you can tell, it got these big old blades on it. There's 4 of them that I believe can cut through a 10-inch tree. We're just gonna have to put that sucker to the test. And on top of that, the bottom of this blade or this wheel is actually a mulcher. It got some carbide teeth on there, so this is like the perfect thing for that property right
Dude,
here.
it is gonna be unreal when it's gonna be going through that, just that landscape, through the woods.
Everything, up the hills and all that stuff. And as you can tell, this thing is huge, man. So it's gonna cut down on the time that we're doing with our hands and chainsaws. This is just gonna cut it in half, dude.
And I think this could actually be like a stump grinder as well, right?
Yeah, if you wanted to, you can actually like go up to some stumps and we're just gonna have to put it to the test,
dude,
honestly,
I cannot wait, man. This is gonna be insane. But this is basically gonna be like kind of a mod, pretty much, because aren't we getting mods for our...
We are already modding that thing, which is just, it's just gonna make this thing an ultimate beast, but we can't really say too much because we got some awesome stuff for it, dude.
Let's just say it's gonna be bulletproof.
That's already too much.
Too much right there?
It's already too much.
All right, I'm not gonna say anything else. Let's go to the skid steer.
Let's do it.
Alrighty boys, so we are here at the skid steers, and there's a couple different models of skid steers, right?
Yeah, I believe there's like 3 or 4 different models. They go all the way from the 65 to the 75 to the 95s, which I believe that's like the horsepower, I think.
Yep.
And the 95s are the biggest ones that they got to offer, and you guys already know that we had to go with the 95. And I believe there's one like right here. Let's go ahead and look at one of these 95s.
You wanna go to that one?
Yeah, there's one right here with the bucket on it, dude.
Nice,
so
dude.
This is the 95-2S. I believe that's just the highest model you can get. And the reason why we want to go with the 95 is because this model actually offers the high flow hydraulics. So as you can tell, there's 4 prongs right here. That means this thing has the high flow, and this one over here has only 2 prongs. That means that's just the standard flow. And the reason why we want to go high flow is because the actual bush hogger that we're getting, it recommends to have a high flow, and it cuts better.
It cuts better. If you were to hook it up to the standard flow, you'd overheat your system. And then even with the high flow, you can get like one of the mulchers, and you got to install an extra cooler just so you don't overheat.
Yeah, cooler at the top. So, and on top of that, these things have wider tracks, as you can tell, way wider, and I believe they're way longer as well. Yeah, they are way longer. You can just tell by both of those. So this thing is just better suited for them woods that we're gonna be working in, and the hills and all types of terrain that we're gonna be just driving through. And on top of that, the interior is fully enclosed. And I mean, should we even talk about what we're gonna do to the front?
Let's not talk about that just yet until we actually get our machine, because I believe they may be still putting it together, because
we are already getting mods for that sucker.
We already mentioned that a little bit somewhere here and there, but I don't want to spoil too much. That's the thing. But let's just keep walking around. We'll showcase some of these attachments.
Hey, just look at these crazy attachments. I believe that thing is a street sweeper right there. Like we said, they offer everything. I mean, they even got a little, what's called jackhammer to bust some rocks, man.
And I don't think we mentioned this, but this is KUBOTA of Chattanooga, a brand new dealership. And I gotta say, dude, the customer service has been on point. I mean, you just feel welcome here. You can literally come in and they'll tell you anything that you want to know.
You can come in here and test drive one of these units if you really want to get one. So, I mean, these guys are awesome here. They done helped us out. They done found the perfect machine for us. But as of right now, like we mentioned, let's go ahead and show you guys some of these awesome attachments that they got for these skid steers.
And then we'll actually make it to our machine.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, boys, it is finally time to go to our machine. I don't know if this is actually our machine or a very similar machine, because it may be in the shop. They actually got a couple of them out here, but this right here is the SVL 95 2S fully enclosed beast, man.
Dude, this thing is completely just modded out as well, dude. It got a full-on like guard kit on here.
Armadillo kit.
It's called the Armadillo Kit. As you can tell, this is part of it. It guards all your like precious like lines over there. And then as you can tell, moving on back, you got a little DEF tank guard right here, or like the cap, so you don't jack that sucker up. Then you got this little brush guard as well as this brush guard, and you got this massive extra bumper, which don't come stock. This is all aftermarket. So this is the ultimate like aftermarket, basically like that's the way they call it armadillos, because it protects it from like the woods and stuff like that.
Now we could just go ham and not really have to worry about damaging the machine, because I know a lot of times dealing with skid steers, you back into stuff, but this right here is just going to protect it. That is thick right there. And then on top of that, this is not our unit, I don't think so, right?
I don't think this is just very similar. This is the mod that they're going to be putting on it right here, this Armadillo Kit. And also we did mention that some of these will have to actually have a extra cooling system, and that's right there is an aftermarket piece as well. It cools all your lines, because if you're gonna be like in one spot like cutting something, mainly if you're using like what do they call those, tillers, or
I think that's the mulcher.
The mulcher, it actually uses a lot of temperature up, and you're standing in one spot and it can overheat your system, and you don't really want to damage it. So that's a nice upgrade there. Who knows, we may have to go with that upgrade later on the road if we actually see some high temperatures whenever we're going to be putting this beast to the test. But let's just go ahead and go around this thing, maybe even hop inside, show them what's going on the inside of this
let's
thing.
jump inside, dude. And we're getting the bush hogger attachment, of course, plus a regular bucket, because
this bucket right here is actually a bucket that opens up. That way you can just dump stuff, which we don't really need.
We don't really need that. We just need a straight edge bucket. But dude, hop inside. Let's see what's going on in there, man.
This thing is just awesome. First of all, let me go ahead and show them the door that this thing has right here.
We're getting a much better door, though.
Oh yeah, much better door.
We're not. I guess we're just gonna have to wait until we actually get that door. Or is this the bulletproof door?
Is it?
This is the bulletproof door, man. Oh, something sketchy going on there. Oh, you gotta unlock it.
I'm still not used to this thing, man.
Dude, that is a beast. Is that the bulletproof door? I can't hear you. It may be the bulletproof door since I can't hear you.
Yeah,
but,
dude, this thing is insane right here.
And also we got the HVAC system in our unit, right?
Yeah, HVAC, as you can tell, you're gonna be cool in the summertime and warm in the wintertime. I mean, this thing is just
fully
awesome.
Loaded, man.
Fully loaded, and it has air ride seat in this thing, or I believe it's just like a spring seat right here. And dude, you got windows that open up on the sides and everything. It's just
got a little sunroof there, or no sunroof, dude. Fully enclosed, that way no ticks crawling you and none of that.
No,
but as of right now, I think we just should wait till our unit comes out, because
yeah, well, I want to go ahead and actually get into our actual unit and just go through the whole entire thing with you guys. Alrighty guys, so it turns out that unit that we just got done recording is in fact our unit, the one with the Armadillo kit, the bulletproof glass, and also the extra cooler on top. Chase just arrived here and he hooked us up. He went ahead and pushed us through. Usually you gotta wait like a week or two just to get this unit, but we got it in about a day. So huge shout out to the guys here at KUBOTA of Chattanooga. But they already got it loaded up on the rollback and we are ready to go. They're gonna go ahead and deliver it to our new property.
Alrighty guys, so we finally got our brand new skid steer delivered, and check this sucker out, man. We already got it a little bit filthy, but you know what? That's part of it when you're playing in the mud. And you might have noticed the actual bush hogger here, and it is a rental because the one that we ordered is gonna take a couple of days to arrive. So they just hooked us up that way we could just keep moving and keep working here. As well as the bucket over there, that's the 4-in-1 bucket that kind of like splits open. We're just gonna have a regular bucket. We don't need nothing fancy. They just gave that to us that way we could actually work with it. They're gonna take it back later. But dude, I can't believe we got a
SVL 95 2S, man.
With the cooler right there and the whole entire Armadillo kit. We already walked around it one time not knowing that it was ours.
I know, dude. That is crazy, dude.
This is awesome. We're gonna have this up here probably all of its life until like we start building something else or we need it elsewhere. Let's just keep walking around.
Dude, this thing is just a massive beast, dude.
Man, I just can't wait to put this sucker to work. Super wide tracks, brand new tracks. We got to be careful that way we don't actually knock those suckers off, because Chase was actually mentioning if you like crawl like this way, it could pop off. So
yeah, especially on this property, dude. We got some steep terrain, but you know what? It don't even matter. We're gonna put this thing to work, dude.
Oh yeah, we totally forgot. We were supposed to talk about the bulletproof ballistic glass, and that's it right here. Super nice. You know, you
Dude,
gotta
look how thick it is, dude. That sucker is huge.
See.
I locked that sucker up, man.
Sucker up, didn't you? But I got a windshield. What is this called? A wiper, windshield wiper, everything. Dude, this thing is fully loaded. AC in there.
All we're lacking is the radio system that we definitely want to install on this thing.
Yeah, they're actually still going to connect that as well as a reverse camera. Dude, this is just epic. We're going to be able to work all through the summer and all through the winter, any season, or rain or shine. You really don't want to work in the rain because, as you can tell, it rained yesterday and it already got pretty dang muddy.
Yeah, it kind of like tore the grass up, but it doesn't matter. The grass is going to get torn up either way. We're just happy to have this piece of equipment on the property. And dude, we're ready to do some work with this thing.
Are we gonna do some work with it today?
I don't know. I'd like to go through this thing, show them exactly what this thing is made out of. I mean, let's just go up there and actually check out that cooler up there, because that thing is actually pretty dang legit, dude.
Let me crawl on this 95 here. Dang.
Dude, check that out, dude. That thing is massive, and it goes all the way up at the top over here. And this just keeps it cool whenever you're in one spot, like trying to grind down some trees or cut some brush. It won't overheat on you and all that good stuff.
That is legit, and it's caged up. So that's what the Armadillo Kit is for, especially like when you're in the woods or something, you get caught up on a limb or something. You don't want to damage anything. Let's go inside of this thing right now, dude.
Dang, that's better than the Lambo door right there.
I gotta say, that is probably better than the Lambo door right there. Let me go ahead and crawl inside here. Have you ever been in here yet?
Dude, I did, and I felt that AC, and it feels amazing in there. You got little latches to keep that thing open if you want to, but...
Little latch right there. You got a bunch of vents in here. You got one right here, one right here, one right here for your knee.
Dude, you got everything, and you got some in the back over there, which is awesome as well, dude.
Dude, that is pretty dang sick. And also you got little windows right here. That way if you got to yell at somebody, hey, you can do that on both sides here. Dude, that is so neat. And as for the ballistic door, dude, honestly, they didn't want to even sell us this unit knowing what we were going to do, since you do got a bush hogger in front there. It's really dangerous.
Yeah, stuff can actually fly out of there and just go straight towards you and could be very deadly. Even like a tree, it could just like lean forward and can go straight through glass.
Puncture that. So they definitely recommended that, and we don't regret it, not one bit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Go ahead and shut it. See if you can hear through this.
Big safety feature right here, dude. Check that out, how it closes, dude. That is legit. I can't hear you at all, man. That is legit. That means it's airtight right there.
Dude, that is so sweet right there, dude. I can't wait to actually get on this unit and start brush hogging, but I don't think we're gonna brush hog today. And that is because we already did a test with it. Chase actually ran through some woods over there and it works amazing. But what we wanna do is actually, you may see a little bit of mist over there, and that's actually rain coming in. We wanna go ahead and actually start fixing up the driveway a little bit while we can, because once it gets real wet, it's gonna be real muddy, and we don't wanna make too much mud, although it really don't matter. But we just wanna go ahead and put that bucket to use and fix up that driveway. Alrighty guys, so we finally put our brand new skid steer to work and we straightened out that whole entire driveway. It is nice and smooth. And I gotta say, that unit right there is an absolute beast. We already went ahead and loaded it up where we're probably gonna give it its first wash at the house. But that is pretty much gonna be a wrap for today's video. Make sure your guys' post notifications are on so you don't miss out on anything. And also, if you want an inside scoop before YouTube, definitely give us a follow on Instagram at goonzquad. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Be sure to drop your comments and thoughts down below, and we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.